Good morning. I am Mirto Mangriotti, and I would like to welcome you and wish you a wonderful new year. This is a significant year as it also marks the beginning of a new decade. So, what could be a better time to make a new start? I would love to help you realize and set your intentions. Having said that, I feel that achieving goals is not just for the new year, but for life. And no matter what your goals are for this year, the most important thing is that you have a clear view of what you want to achieve. Specific goals get specific results. Vague goals produce vague results. Which brings me directly to the 3 W's. For every goal you set for yourself, you need to know the 3 W's. What, why, and when. What is simply what is your goal? It must be stated clearly and it must be measurable so that you can track your progress. Why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? This is very important to know because when you will face challenges, and you will, or may be tempted to quit, knowing your why will keep you moving forward. And the 3 W is the when. By when do you plan to have achieved this goal? Having a specific date and even time by when you wish to have accomplished a goal gives your mind a more clear plan of action. If you don't have a deadline, you can procrastinate, forget, or just fail to take the next step because you feel you have all the time in the world. No wonder this way goals take too long to be achieved, or even worse, are never reached at all. This is one of the most important parts of this webinar, and it is why I'm starting with it. If you don't know where you want to go, how will you know that you have reached your destination? So, take time to do this exercise and write down the 3 W's for all of your goals of the year. If you're watching the replay, you can even pause to do it right now and then move on to watch the rest of the webinar. You can download the workbook from the link shown on this page. Break down your goals into small, doable steps and don't opt for the giant leap. Don't be afraid to set big goals, but ease into them. For example, you may set a goal to lose 10 kilos. Don't expect to lose them in 2 months. This would mean you would have to lose more than 1 kilo per week. You may start strong and be happy about it. You push yourself hard and then get tired and overwhelmed. And what happens very often is that the first time you encounter resistance, you will get discouraged and probably quit altogether. On the other hand, losing half a kilo per week is more feasible. You will feel better about yourself and it will be more likely for you to keep going. Many small steps performed for a long time will get you very far. In the beginning, it may seem you're going nowhere, but with time you will see the results of your determination. It is a lot easier to quit when you have a big task in front of you, something that scares you, or something that takes you really out of your comfort zone. So start with things you can manage and be patient. A key element of those who achieve better and more sustainable results is stamina. Others simply call it willpower and determination. Goal setting and achieving should be considered as a marathon rather than a sprint. Whatever you want to call it, goals require dedication and the ongoing desire to succeed. This is why I want you to keep restating the importance of having a clear goal. The easier it is to recall your goal and your why when it seems like all you want to do is give up, the easier it will be to get yourself back on track. Know that you are going to have some bad days. Don't let this discourage you. We all have them, we just don't talk about them. Give yourself a break and then start moving towards your goal again. Nothing will happen overnight. For that reason, it is important that you have motivation and the ability to self-motivate for those times when achieving your goals seem too much. That's why I thought we'd introduce the idea of mantras in this webinar. A mantra does not have to be part of a religious or spiritual practice, though in many religions use them during prayer. However, a mantra in its most basic form is simply a word or phrase that is repeated to aid with concentration or recentering focus. Buddhists and Hindus use them in prayer. Many top athletes use them in training. Successful entrepreneurs have used them to inspire them to start their day. And there is no reason why you can't too. This is an exercise I want you to do. To help with your self-motivation, I want you to choose a mantra. It can be from anywhere. Write it down and place it somewhere visible. And if you feel like it, share it with our group on the replay. Here are some examples. Anything is possible. Dream it, wish it, do it. Wake up with determination, go to bed with satisfaction. Little things make big days. And my favorite, I can. I understand that many people feel that making big life changes that last is a very difficult thing that warrants a lot of support. This year, I'm encouraging you to take responsibility for your own path. It can be a tough truth to realize, but as soon as we come to terms with our own sense of autonomy and realize that only we have the power to change our life, it can open up so many doors. If you're willing to do the work now, which I know you are, since you showed up for this experience, you can enjoy the process and enjoy the outcome of taking personal responsibility for your goals, whatever they may be. It is worth it. When you hear me say, take personal responsibility, how does it make you feel and why? Your answer to this question is very important. You can either feel empowered, wow, my life is in my own hands, so it's up to me what I'm going to do with it. I have the power. And this is great because it is a very big step towards your new you. On the other hand, you can feel resistance. It is easy to complain and blame external circumstances about you not achieving your goals. But you must realize that this is an attitude that is not serving you. So, even if you don't believe it, I am challenging you to start acting as if you are 100% responsible for your life. Do it as an experiment for a while and see what happens. I can guarantee you will start seeing positive changes and you will feel you're more in control. You will see that you actually have a choice. Let me give you an example. Again, on dieting, as it is very popular this time of the year. I believe we all have eaten too much on these holidays. I certainly have. So, you have set your intention to lose some weight, and you are going out for dinner with friends. What and how much you eat is your responsibility. You cannot blame the event or your friends for not keeping your intention. It is your choice. And this gives you power. It does not make you weaker. Because even if you overindulge by choice, you also have the choice to adjust your plan and follow it to get back on track. So own your success or failure. I can assure you it will make you feel more powerful. One of the best strategies I have found that works when trying to have self-discipline is to have a buddy or someone to talk to about your progress. This person doesn't judge, hinder, or influence your progress, but simply serves as a way for you to ascertain your goals. Say it out loud. By saying it out loud to someone, you turn a wish into reality and into something that exists outside of your head. This is also the reason why we write things down. The simple act of telling someone about your goals can encourage you to continue at times when you're likely or tempted to quit. Imagine going back on your word to someone you love. This step is to encourage you to tell someone close to you about what you're aiming for. There is one more reason for advertising your goals. Helping others is in our nature. It makes us happy. By keeping your goals to yourself, you are missing on the chance to get unexpected help or advice. If nobody knows what you want to achieve, how can they help you? Give others the choice to help you. Remember, you're also helping them feel good about themselves. Which brings me to the next point. As you're already attending this webinar, you have obviously started using the resources available to you, the internet, online expertise, and like-minded people to connect with. However, so many people simply don't use the things they already have access to help them. What other resources are available to you that you might be underusing? Do you live close to a gym or fitness center that you could join? Is a friend or family member an expert in a field you might be seeking to join? Why not ask them for their advice? Looking for a partner to join forces with or a place to start your business? Advertise yourself. Actively seeking what we want is the only way to achieve it, because as harsh as it sounds, the chances of somebody coming along and handing you an ideal opportunity or the perfect environment for you to manifest your goals is highly unlikely. No matter what the goal, as soon as you start implementing your steps to achieve it, you will run the risk of becoming bored, as the new routine becomes your new norm. An easy example here would be aiming to eat healthier food and end up eating the same foods for every meal, or not varying it enough to keep yourself motivated. This, and doing the same exercise every time you go to work out, taking the same running route whenever you run, you can see how it gets monotonous. There are so many ways to get creative about how you achieve your goals, and knowing that there is not just one rigid way to get there is actually quite refreshing. From countless healthy versions and recipes for our favorite foods, new places to run or work out, to even something as simple as sitting in a different seat in your favorite cafe as you work can inspire a fresh perspective. And that's the point, isn't it? To enjoy every step, not just endure it. And I love this tip, which can be summed up in this phrase: create a new habit, but add some spice into it. Or, as Dale Carnegie put it, people rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they're doing. So this is what I want you to do in this next exercise that I call Spice It Up. I want you to write down how you can keep your next steps fresh for your most important goals. Every month, come back and do this exercise again. And please set a monthly reminder, because it is very easy to just continue with your daily routine and miss this step until you realize you have fallen back into your old habits. So let's start getting more practical here. If you haven't yet, download and fill your personal goal achievement plan that I have set out for you. You can find the link on this slide, but I will be sharing it with the replay too. Your initial goal setting worksheet from the beginning of this class will also be of help to you here. So you have to complete it first. After you have set your goals, get to your weekly planner. Set your intention at the start of each week. Choose a mantra. Following on from the last slide, and in the interest of keeping things fresh, I'd recommend you first set a plan lasting between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the goal and your current proximity to it. Weeks 1 and 2 can set out a strong pace for your new year. Fully clarify what it is you want to achieve, the next steps you need to take, who can you ask help from, problems you may encounter, and solutions to solve them. So, decide on a meal plan, book your fitness classes, make a call to schedule a meeting you've been putting off, etc. Do all this while taking into account the necessities of work, social engagements, responsibilities, and commitments outside of your personal goals. It is so important to make this new lifestyle work for you. If this is causing issues, you may need to reconsider whatever area is proving problematic. So you need to review this weekly and make the necessary adjustments. In the workbook, you will also find an example on how you can go about completing this. But if you need any help, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am there for you. A word of caution. The third week is traditionally the time when things get a little bit harder. The previous 2 weeks have gone well, but the mental stamina and motivation to continue is slightly lagging. Even if you don't practice yoga, this quote can be used in context to any reluctance or waning energy. The yoga pose begins when you want to leave it. It's pushing through these hump day thoughts of returning to bed and not continuing with what the first 2 weeks set out, that strengthens your chances of succeeding. In fact, every time you overcome thoughts like that, lessens the likelihood of failure. So, Your plan for week 3 should continue what weeks 1 and 2 set out, with a little bit more awareness of how the work is making you feel. What difference do you feel in your energy, in motivation, in your motivation to continue achieving your goal? Write them in your week 3 review and compare them to before. Start writing down when you notice these shifts in whatever capacity they arrive, and continue to follow your plan. Before we go any further, I want to draw your attention to the single most likely person who is going to stop you from achieving your goals this year. Guess who? It's you. It's so easy to trick ourselves into believing we're doing things that will progress us forwards, when actually we're leaning on the comfort of previous practices or habits that ultimately led us to where we are today. I encourage you all to be aware and honest with yourselves about whatever area of your life you're seeking to improve. When you're filling in your weekly review section of the weekly goal achievement plan, make sure you answer the questions honestly. There is no need to share them. They are for you. Be honest with yourself about what worked well, what did not, and what adjustments you need to do to get where you want to go. You may be wondering, why do I need to write all these things down? Writing things down is one of the best ways to ensure accountability for your thoughts, goals, and actions. It clarifies ideas, dreams, intentions, and makes them more achievable by physically engaging you. It helps with motivation, and it helps with recognizing emotions and thought patterns. So, although it may seem hard work or even a waste of time, it is probably the most important habit you need to start this year. Starting or ending your day by creating your daily plan increases the chances of your success immensely. You will face time when your goals seem unachievable. It could simply be your perception, or it may be actual circumstances, and it's these times when our vigilance is tested. Here is a list of some go-to methods to help in these times. Make an immediate to-do list. What can you do right now to ease your struggle? Get rid of social media. Temptation to compare ourselves or waste time is never good during a difficult day. Remember what you're grateful for. Applaud yourself for how far you've come, not on how far there's still left to go. Do what makes you happy. Sing, dance, be silly. Get yourself back to the light-hearted version of you that started this challenge, full of motivation and energy. Move your body. Even if your goals aren't fitness related, movement has a profound effect on uplifting our mood and productivity. And remember, start small. As always, don't expect good things to come without effort. Baby steps. So, we have covered mantras, quotes, goal setting, and planning. Now, here's one that will truly uplift and help you start to make progress. Motivational playlists. One of my favorite tips as I love music. It has been proven repeatedly that uplifting music has a positive effect on our outlook. There are plenty of playlists out there on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and elsewhere, all geared towards helping to boost your productivity or encourage you to get out and move your body. But I found the best way to truly engage with the playlist is to create one yourself. What songs really get your heart beating, head bobbing, and motivation spiking? Make a playlist for yourself. You can even create a playlist relevant to one of your goals. For example, I wanted to be more open and giving in loving relationships. So I created a playlist with positive love songs. You know, not the ones that talk about the pain of being in love or losing the love of your life, which is, by the way, if you have noticed, what most songs are talking about. Or you could create an exercise playlist that would pump you up to start exercising or one to use when exercising. So, while music is definitely something which can serve as a catalyst for us to achieve goals, there is a multitude of other factors which influence our mood, motivation, and likelihood to succeed. When attempting to make lifestyle changes or implement new habits, it is important to consider these as your chances of success depend on them. Like untidy rooms or a cluttered home environment, it increases the chances of us becoming bogged down in old habits. Old clothes, old possessions, items, and reminders of the lifestyle you are trying to change should really be cleared away when seeking to implement lasting change. Diet and exercise. Even if you're not seeking to make drastic changes in your diet as part of your New Year, New You plan, you must always be considerate of the food you eat when attempting to maintain or achieve any kind of goal. Personal relationships. This can be a tricky one, as we are not always aware if a relationship might be hindering our progress or preventing us from taking steps towards new goals until we start our journey towards achieving them. Being open and honest about your goals with loved ones, as we discussed before, is ultimately the best way to cultivate a stronger connection and sense of support. That way, if something goes wrong, you'll have support. And if something goes right, you have someone to celebrate with. It's a win-win, really. So spend time to consider what environmental factors could be holding you back. Always have that personal motivation story, picture, or image ready to present yourself with whenever you feel close to burning out. What made you want to make the change? This is your why for every goal. External motivation and end goals can be good, but there is ultimately nothing like a personal sense of fulfillment when it comes to dreams, goals, and achieving success. As many of you are entering into the new year with intentions to improve your diet and or fitness regime, I thought I'd include at least one post focused solely on achieving this. All of the plans, goal sheets, and resources discussed until now can be used to help you on your weight loss or fitness journey, and I'd like to pay particular attention to the ones that focus around being aware. Awareness is critical when it comes to achieving health-related goals because every one of us is so different. From body type to motivations to previous illnesses, successes, or failures. Cultivating body awareness is something I feel quite strongly about. For example, I have always noticed that when I feel tired, my body starts craving carbs like pizza and spaghetti or chocolate. Instant energy, right? But since I became vegan, eating carbs only made me feel more tired and the cycle repeated itself until I realized that my body actually needed proteins, long-lasting energy. But I had to be aware and notice the symptoms as well as the response of my body to the food I consumed to come to the conclusion that I was getting a false signal, or maybe it was me who interpreted the wrong way. It is vital to understand that your weight loss, exercise, or fitness plan must be tailored to you and your lifestyle. There is no point comparing or contrasting it to anyone else's or blindly following online advice without personalizing it to suit your needs. And one more thing on the subject. Love your body. Don't punish it. Show your body the respect it deserves. After all, it is your most vital vehicle and it will carry you around all your life. Take care of it. Remember that you deserve to have everything you want in your life. Everyone does. So if you ask yourself questions like, who am I to be successful? Who am I to get what I want? Who am I to achieve my goals? Or who am I to be proud of myself? Just stop. I've said all of these statements to myself at some point or another, and I can tell you that nothing changed until I asked one thing. And why not? You have every right to be proud of yourself, every right to strive for the happiest, more fulfilled version of you, no matter what the circumstances, and nobody knows what that is to you, except for you. So stop sabotaging yourself with negative self-talk. And by the way, if you want more information on how to do that, watch my previous free webinar on how to stop self-sabotaging. Also, if you've ever played small for anyone or anything, belittled achievements, or pretended you were less thrilled than you were for getting there, stop. My goal is not just to help you achieve the goals you set, but allow yourself to enjoy the feeling of getting there when you do, celebrating every obstacle you overcome and every negative emotion you conquer with the reward it deserves. I feel this is a very important point, especially as we are nearing the end of our time together today. Ultimately, no matter what New Year's goal you're looking to achieve this year, I want you to leave this webinar today with the knowledge that you deserve to enjoy every single moment of meeting that goal. When it becomes like a chore, when you feel down, negative, or disillusioned with your potential for success, that's when you know something needs to change. It could be your attitude, your actions, or your reasoning and motivation for striving for it. When this happens, return to your intention, your motivation, and your mantra. What is the reassurance you need to get back on track? where will it come from? Break down the larger issues into smaller, manageable steps, and you'll begin to realize that lasting change is possible. Our minds are our most powerful tools in the setting and achieving of goals, and if nothing else, I really hope this lesson has helped you realize this. So, how do you feel? I understand that there are probably several emotions coming to the surface, which most probably can be summed up to the following two: excitement and overwhelm. I want you to know that both are great emotions. Your excitement will drive you, and the overwhelming will force you to take this progress more seriously. So, now that you have everything fresh, download the workbook from the link you see here and start creating the plan for your new you as soon as possible. Your goals for the new year will hopefully add to a higher quality of life, not just for you, but for your friends and family. You can be the inspiration they might need to take similar steps. If you feel like you need support on this journey, I am more than happy to help. I love guiding people who are ready to take their life to the next level. So, thank you for taking the time to experience my webinar. If you have any further questions, please post them in the replay or email me. I'm always here to support you. Have a wonderful, great year with amazing success and achievements. Bye for now.